One of my favorite things to install on this channel are the Morimoto XB LED headlights. You've probably seen our 2018 F150 videos, you've seen our Super Duty videos, and finally Morimoto has got the 11 to 16 Super Duty figured out, dialed in. They sent us this set for this vehicle, and we're going to be installing them today, and I cannot wait to show you guys just how much better they are compared to stock. The sweet part about these particular Super Duties compared to especially the new ones is there's not a whole lot of disassembly required. With a 10mm socket and a ratchet or a drill or an impact, anything you've got at home, you can get this accomplished with basic hand tools. Starting from the top, we've got 4 10mm bolts across the top of the grill here. Go ahead and remove those. There's one here. Now with those 4 bolts removed, there's one trick you need to know when it comes to getting this grill off. As you can see, the top itself is pretty loose. You're gonna need a long screwdriver just like this one to reach down inside here and release a couple clips that'll allow you to pull this grill off. So what you guys wanna do is start on one side and work your way across. And honestly, I know you can't quite see what I'm doing here, but all you need to do is reach down and pop these clips free from the grill, and you'll feel the grill loosen up as you do it. Now we can lift the grill off the truck, and I wanted to show you guys those clips again just in case you couldn't quite see them on camera. With the grill removed, this is the center clip, this is another clip, there's one on the far left, 2 on the far right. We're pressing in on those with a flat screwdriver. You'll feel them pop toward you as you remove it, and finally with all of them pressed down, you can take the grill off the truck. Now there are 4 total bolts holding the headlight on the truck itself. And in my opinion, removing the grill is the hardest part. We're already in the home stretch here. Taking a 10mm socket, we've got 1 bolt up top here. Looks just like that. We've got 2 on the inside of the headlight behind this little cover here. And 1 lower bolt right here. And then we've got 1 tricky bolt that is actually underneath the headlight, and I drop this one almost every time, so make sure you're working in a clean area. It's super easy to let it fall. Usually it hits the ground. With an extension, you can reach it right under the headlight just like so. There's that bolt. And now with those bolts removed, we can lift the headlight out of the vehicle. Just like that. Now go ahead and unclip all of the factory wire connections here on the back of the headlight. With it all disconnected, we can get rid of the stock headlight. One thing we need to do before we install the headlights themselves, we need to run a DRL harness to our fuse box. It involves removing a fuse, plugging this in, and I never considered myself a short dude. I'm like 6'2", but I do need a step stool because this truck's pretty big. So head on over to the fuse box here on the driver's side. All right guys, with the fuse box lid removed, this is exactly what you're gonna see at home. Honestly, with a needle nose pliers, you need to remove this fuse right here. It's a 10 amp fuse. In the Morimoto instructions, it's very well detailed. After removing that 10 amp fuse, go ahead and take your supplied fuse tap and plug it right back in where that fuse came out. It clicks in just like that. And that is all there is to it. We can run this harness forward and connect it to our headlights. When you're all done installing the fuse tap, it should look exactly like this. Now, there's a couple things you should know about the plugs on the back of your Morimoto XB headlight. This one is plugged together from the factory by Morimoto. This is for your turn signal. Now, there's 2 different options with these turn signals on the Morimoto XB LED headlights. If you leave it plugged in just like this and install it just the way it comes out of the box, you're gonna have an instant on, instant off turn signal. It will not be sequential. If you unplug it, like so, you will have a sequential turn signal. And what sequential means in this case is it's gonna give like a really cool chasing effect, and I'll show you guys that in a clip in just a second here. It's a very modern look. A lot of new vehicles come with it from the factory, and it just looks great. On this truck, it's exactly what we want. The other plugs should look very familiar to you. They plug into your factory wire connections. Except for this one right here. This plug goes to our DRL harness that we just installed in our fuse box and ran forward from the fuse box to the front of the vehicle. What this does is it allows the outer C bar to come on with ignition and give you a DRL. These trucks from the factory didn't have a DRL. with that plugged in, you get one. So here's our DRL harness. This is our turn signal plug, goes to the brown connector from the factory harness. We can connect our marker light wires here. And finally, we can connect our low and high beam wires. Now, once again, we're leaving this unplugged. This is for our sequential turn signal. If you want sequential turn signals, leave it unplugged just like this. But at this point, we can go ahead and install the headlight to the vehicle. There we have it. Now, for those of you guys that maybe aren't as familiar with this product, maybe you're seeing it for the first time in this video, if you are, welcome to the channel. We got a lot of 11 to 16 Super Duty content, and this is going to be the cornerstone. We've been waiting for these for quite a while. I'm going to run you guys through exactly what they do. So, as you can clearly see, we've got 3 different projectors here. We've got a projector for our high beam. That gives us a nice flipped up high beam. It looks awesome on the wall, as you're about to see in just a second. And then we've got a beautiful cutoff line produced by these 3 projectors. You don't have all the glare that you would get by installing a LED or HID kit in the factory headlight. I'm sure you've seen Super Duties rolling around like that. They produce a ton of glare, and they're just not friendly at all for oncoming traffic. These will not have that problem. As you can see on the wall here, we've got a beautiful cutoff line. We've got the proper step. This is an unbelievable beam pattern. And in a second, I'm going to measure it against stock and show you guys how much brighter it is. One of the coolest features about these headlights compared to stock is they emulate the factory Super Duty headlights found on the 17 and up Super Duty, the new body style. I'm sure you've seen them driving through town. They've got the beautiful C bar that goes around the outside, and it blinks with turn signal, and it looks really crisp, really modern. These do the exact same thing. I'm going to get this thing buttoned up. I'm going to jump over to the passenger side, get that installed. We'll pull it into our studio, and I'm going to show you guys exactly what you've been waiting to see this whole time. This is your factory light output. We're about 20 feet from the wall, and we're picking up 320 lux. Lux is your usable light output. It's the best way to gauge just how bright, or in this case, just how dim a set of headlights are. 320 lux is not great, and check out that passenger side beam. As you can see, it's pretty diffused, and I'm not sure why. There's nothing wrong with the bulb. I inspected it. For whatever reason, we don't have much of a hot spot there compared to the driver's side. The driver's side looks fine, it just looks dim. Passenger side, the light's kind of scattered. Chances are your truck might even be doing the same thing. As these halogen bulbs age, they tend to do weird things sometimes. So let's take a look at the XB LED headlights and see just how much better they are compared to stock. Now this is the Morimoto XB LED low beam, and as you can see, it does not compare in any way to what your truck came with from the factory. We've got a beautiful cutoff line. We've got a nice crisp white color. We've got a nice step as well. That step is there intentionally. For those of you who don't know, projectors do that on purpose to prevent glare on oncoming traffic. As you can see, the beam dips down on the left side, raises up on the right side. That'll allow you to illuminate the ditch properly while not blinding oncoming traffic. If you take the factory headlights and you install an LED or an HID kit, you're just going to get glare all over the place. You're going to blind oncoming traffic. It's the last thing you want. The Morimoto XB LED headlights are popular because they have such a correct beam pattern. Now, what you're really here for is the output. And in this case, these headlights are 343% brighter than stock. These came in at 1,420 lux, which, just a reminder, our factory headlights came in at 320. That is a big jump. That is a big difference. If you're looking for a set of headlights for your Super Duty that are going to help you out rather than hurt you, these are the headlights for you. Now our stock high beam came in at 490 lux, and as you can see, it just brightens up the original beam pattern. There's not much else to say here. As you can see, it's not going to do you a whole lot of favor. Let's see what the XB LED headlight high beam can do. As you can see, we pick up a significant amount of light above the cutoff line. These came in at 1,650 lux. Compared to 490, it's a worthy upgrade. We've got our beautiful cutoff line still, but we've got a lot of punch above that that's going to reach down the highway, down the dark dirt road. It's going to show us exactly what we need to see before we're right up to it, like the stock headlights. Now, if you're looking for a good high beam for your truck, this is an awesome combination. We are used to the XB LED headlights from Morimoto transforming the look of every vehicle that we've installed them on. You probably saw my 2018 F150. You probably saw our 2017 Super Duty, our shop truck that we did an insane build on. And now finally, the 11 to 16 Super Duty guys are no longer left in the dark. Now if you have a truck like this one and you need reverse lights, license plate lights, cargo lights, we got this truck in for almost a week. We've been doing a ton of testing on it and a ton of video filming, and I would love to show you guys everything that we've discovered for this thing. So by all means, subscribe, check it out. You won't want to miss a thing.